Ladies and gentlemen, today a review of The Phoenician Scheme, a new film by Wes Anderson. I will say that I usually am not a big fan of Wes Anderson's latest releases. I find that the melancholy nature of his plots and the stone face directing that he does for his acting is just not always a fun theater experience for me. Now for The Phoenician Scheme. I genuinely enjoyed my time here. This definitely doesn't fall into the same kind of esoteric melancholia that he usually injects a lot of his films with. This one definitely falls a little bit back to earth, to more of his more fun, whimsy, slapsticky kind of cartoon logic films that I actually truly enjoy. This is definitely more Life Aquatic, less Asteroid City. The plot revolves around a rich socialite going on a worldwide adventure to put together a certain project before his untimely demise as he faces many assassination attempts. All the while bringing into his life a estranged daughter played very great by Mia Threapleton. She's fantastic in this film and definitely brings a little bit of heart and is kind of the basis for the plot to really get going. Also, Michael Cera is in this film. He does a really good job of playing this kind of character nowadays where he starts off being kind of a nerdy simpleton and then kind of evolving into something a little bit more. I don't want to go too much into it as to spoil the movie. My mind is always filled with the ideas of what Wes Anderson is going to bring into the film before it starts. You really do know what you're going to get with Wes Anderson films. He's very much an auteur actor, a genre into himself, honestly. And that is true of this movie for sure. Every single scene is symmetrically crafted. Every single piece of blocking is perfected like a dance. Every single frame is meticulously symmetrical. And the plot and story definitely follow the characters through a journey that is very outlandish, sometimes completely unbelievable, but most of the time definitely fun and mostly unserious, even if the film itself takes itself too seriously to a comedic effect. As I mentioned earlier, Benicio del Toro is dealing with many assassination attempts, and that definitely adds to the situational humor and fun throughout the plot itself. Ultimately, in the end, I definitely had fun here because I think that Wes Anderson films fall a bit into the kind of esoteric and hard to follow and understand and just unrelatability in his story. And that's here too. And if you're a Wes Anderson fan, you're gonna find everything you want here. But I think here he takes a bit more of a clean approach, bringing the story and plot a little bit more to face value and really kind of delivering a more generally understandable and enjoyable film. I think general audiences are going to like this more than a lot of his latest releases. It definitely doesn't take itself too seriously as some of his movies tend to do. I give The Phoenician Scheme a solid 6.5 out of 10. I definitely had a really good time here. I feel that Wes Anderson films can sometimes be bogged down by melancholia and a little bit of stone-faced acting, but here you get that for sure, but he doesn't take himself too seriously, and it's definitely to good effect. It's fun, it's a globe-trotting adventure with a rich socialite played by Benicio del Toro who is trying to get away from many assassination attempts, which I think really comes together with a solid ensemble cast highlighted by Mia Threapleton. I think she's a newcomer. I haven't seen her in many movies before, but she really does bring some really good heart to this film, rounding it out with Michael Cera, who I think always delivers a fun oaf character that eventually turns into something a little bit more sinister. This movie is absolutely no different. I think general audiences will enjoy this movie a little bit more than Wes Anderson's latest films, and I definitely had a great time. It's more grounded, it's a little bit more slapstick, and definitely has that cartoony logic that a lot of his earlier films were kind of filled with but didn't exactly kind of fall all the way into. I had a great time, and I think a lot of people will as well. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it.